Hi there everyone, I'm SuperSamicom, as you can probably assume, seeing as though this is at the beginning of one of my videos. But you can just call me Sam for now, until the rest of the video starts, in which case you have to call me by my YouTube name. Nothing else. This little update is just because I want to tell you guys what's been going on. I haven't been making videos for about 2 weeks now, and it's mostly because of a couple of reasons. First off, I just got out of college. It was finals week the first week, and the second week was just really an adjustment week. I started a new job, and the workload is quite a bit, more than college was at least. On top of that, I've also been trying to improve on the quality of my videos. I finally think I found improvement from what it was, although it's not as good as I'd want. It's better than what it was before. That's really it. Hope you guys enjoy the upcoming video, and I'll definitely have one out by next week. Really good one, I think. The script's already done.
What do you guys think of when I say RPG? Do you think of Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Fallout?
Well, I ain't talking about one of them kind of RPGs! Hell no! I'm talking Dragon Warrior!
I'm sorry, I just got really excited. I'm glad to be back. How's everyone been? You guys doing okay? Yeah, I'm sure you are. What was I talking? Oh yeah, Dragon Warrior. Now, this game came out in 1986 in Japan called Dragon Quest. You guys might be familiar with the name, and I'm about to get back to that. North American release was actually called Dragon Warrior. Not sure why they changed one letter. I don't really see the difference between Quest or Warrior, but whatever, it happened. Now the reason why I refer to it from here on out as Dragon Quest is because it was later changed just to straight Dragon Quest for the rest of the games after the third entry. Other than Pokemon, my first venture into the RPG genre was actually through Dragon Quest III. Now it was Christmas, and in my family, I was the only one who asked for video games. Also in my family, no one had any idea what to get me for a video game. Half the time, my parents or relatives would just pick out a box that just looked appealing to them. My grandfather had picked out Dragon Warrior 3. I don't know why, but God bless the man because that game was amazing. I took one look at the box art for this game and I knew, immediate gold. Why? Because it expressed a certain familiarity with my childhood self. It looked exactly like Dragon Ball Z, or at least the art style. Of course, I didn't know too much about art theory back then, but hey, it looked like Dragon Ball Z, so it must be cool. Put it in my Game Boy, and what do I expect? I don't know, not much. Maybe something that looks like Pokemon. But what I got was something amazing, and at the time, I couldn't even comprehend it. Earlier this week, I scored myself a copy of Dragon Quest I for the NES, and sadly, I didn't really enjoy it. Did the love of the game leave me as I grew older? Or was Dragon Quest I just a bad game in comparison to its later installments? After some thought, I realized that the original game really just made a great starting point, but really didn't act as a fantastic game on its own. Now, the game starts you out with just plain old screen. There's really nothing special here. No animations, there's like a dragon off in the corner who looks kind of stupid. It doesn't really look that intimidating. So, go to the name select. Who am I gonna name myself? Booty. Yeah, seems about right. Gotta go fast! Where the hell am I? I'm immediately greeted by a crouching frog hidden in blocks, and he's telling me about how I'm the descendant of Erdrick. The first thing about Dragon Warrior that's not that impressive is the story. I'll admit, back in the days of the NES, the story was pretty optional, so I'll let this one slide. Look at Super Mario Bros., a revolutionary title for platformers, the mascot for the console itself, and the entire company eventually. His original outing had no story other than save the girl. Dragon Warrior delivers much more than that, but the character story is still very little. The king explains everything you need to know about the hero within the first few minutes of the game. It is told that in the ages past... Wait a second.
It is told that in the ages past, Edric fought demons with a ball of light. Then came the Dragon Lord, who stole the precious globe and hid it in the darkness. Now, what is your name? Booty, thou must help us recover the ball of light and restore peace to our land. The Dragon Lord must be defeated. Take now whatever thou may find in these treasure chests, to aid thee in thy quest.
Fuck, that hurt!
Some people prefer to let themselves be the character, but from what I can assume when starting on level 1, our hero has little to no experience. This causes us to ask why we were chosen to go on this adventure. Our lineage to another hero? I guess that flies for now, but I hope it improves in later titles. How are we looking aesthetically? Well, in the overworld, things look okay. Everything is clearly definable, but not interesting in any way. It's really green. I guess this could make me want to go find interesting things, fueling adventure, but it's never really that fun to adventure just because you're shit bored. Eventually you'll realize there isn't much else to explore anyway. However, in the battle screen, things improve. Enemies are intimidating at times and quirky at others. Some of them make me want to just question everything. For example,
What the flying fuck is that?
as an added bonus, the art was done by Akira Toriyama himself, the man who created the Dragon Ball series. I always thought this was really interesting after noticing the similarities as a kid, and was delighted to find that I was actually right on thinking, yeah, this reminds me of Dragon Ball. However, this doesn't change how I view the art, it just is cool to know. Let's take a look at those beeps and boops, or as they actually should be called for this game, beeps and poops, because they're pretty bad. Let's take a look at some beeps and boops, or as they actually should be called, beeps and loops, because they repeat most of the time and really don't add too much diversity. Audio is pretty underwhelming. The songs themselves, as I said, are repetitive and not really all that great. They do seem pretty fitting for their game, but not that special at the same time. They have a faint medieval feel to them. I did grin at one moment when I realized the tone of the lead note shifted when leaving the throne room. However, the song remained the same. I thought this was actually pretty cool and gave a little bit of ambience to the game. Maybe the reason why the song changed was because you left a room which was presumably higher up, since you have to take stairs to go down. I really don't know, and I really wish they had added that to a lot more of the game. However, they didn't. They kept the rest of the soundtrack as pretty bland. Now let's get down to taskbacks. How is the game? It's okay. It's extremely slow and does take a great deal of time to beat. However, it's not an amazing victory even when you do beat it, because there's an ungodly amount of grinding. And I really mean a lot, like way too much grinding. Eventually it just drives you insane, it's really goddamn annoying. The problem with grinding for me is that it breaks up the sense of progression. It was okay in Simon's Quest because there was no levels and the grinding was quick. In Dragon Quest and similar games, I get a very video game feel from it. My avatar levels up, but I don't change a damn bit. Maybe I get slightly better at hitting the A button. I don't know. Plus, leveling up when it takes a long time feels like I stagnate my abilities, and then some divine force gives me thicker skin or some shit. If the game said that's how it worked, then I'm fine with it. I mean, a holy manatee could come down from the sky and be like,
The gods of Exfixia have determined that you are the Tremble-Snatch hero. Please receive this strength and agility upgrade, +1 and +2.
But in Dragon Quest, we're supposed to assume that we're constantly getting better from fighting monsters, kind of like how we normally would in real life. But it just doesn't feel like that. However, the battle mechanics are admittedly awesome, and influence the entire RPG genre after it, and I can see why. The simplicity of battle was great, and even though later games would make the systems more complex, on the surface they mostly follow the rules of Dragon Quest. You have attack, which is a physical attack, spell, which needs no explaining, run if you want to be a little sissy, an item if you need band-aids and Neosporin to clean up the scrapes on your legs.
My item bar is just filled with salt in the ears of my enemies.
Random battles are, in my opinion, awesome if done right for adventure games. They give you a sense of mystery that requires a bit of courage in order to progress. For example, I had ventured into a cave earlier and stumbled upon my first Dargon. I could have ran, but instead I met it head-on. Little did I know this Dargon was leagues tougher than I was, and my battle ended in the death of me. I died. I wasn't mad that I died at all, I was kinda glad that now I knew where a dragon was, and he was much stronger than me, so I could stay away. If I started losing some serious health in the field, then I would have to make it back to a town in order to heal myself. However, I never ever knew if I was actually going to make it. Would I be fighting a higher level skeleton, or would I be fighting a slime? Who knew? However, they also break up the flow of the game, which does ruin a bit of the immersion. So you have a little bit of 50-50. You have things that are good about it, and things that are bad about it. If the fights felt a little more dynamic, then I wouldn't have minded it, but in Dragon Quest it's just the exchanging blows with no visuals on what's going on. just text. Usually battles didn't take much attention for the most part. You could either destine to win or lose. There wasn't much chance involved with the battles, and because of that, I really didn't have to pay too much attention. So to wrap things up, would I buy this game? I don't know. If you were an avid video game collector, huge RPG fan, or just enjoyed a classic game leisurely, then yeah, I would. But if you don't fit into those categories, I wouldn't recommend it at all. Dragon Quest felt kinda dry in the end, like a pie without any filling. Sure, the crust was great and provided a fantastic foothold for a genre, but the filling was mostly just thrown in and was bland. The ungodly amount of grinding felt like I was just droning over and over and over. If only there was another Dragon Quest game that I could go to. So what do you guys think about Dragon Quest? Have you ever played it before, and if you had, did you find it really fun or did you find it really boring? Leave your comments down below. And if you liked the video itself, don't forget to like or subscribe. And if you wanted to see something very similar and awesome at the same time, check out the video in the link from my friend Victor. He just did a wicked awesome job wrapping up why Star Fox 64 is such a great game, and I definitely recommend it to all of you 80 people.
So thanks for watching!
And have a great day!